Hey, we're live.
Hello,
Hello.
hello.
Happy Sundays.
Yes, we're back with Overseas
Yeah.
Sundaze. Someone cool.
So we're not going far from home. We're over with the Canna last week, so we're just going up the road to Antrim to N.L Canna Guy. What's happening, buddy?
What's happening, guys? Great to
You
be
good?
here.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Good
So
to
I
finally
seen
chat
it.
with you.
Oh, definitely. I seen you were up in Free Dairy last week. How did you find
Yeah.
that?
Good old chat with the Nana.
I Canon on as some advocate for medical cannabis. It's
She was
brilliant.
down with you the other day.
I feel like she's just away. It's,
Yeah,
She's
it's
still
lovely.
there.
Oh, she's always here in spirit, and I know she'll be
Yeah.
watching as well. So, hello, big hello to
Hello,
the
Nana.
Canon Louise.
Big love. Yeah, no, and she is a great advocate. Exactly what you said. She went and did her own research and knowledge and is educating more people as she blazes. It's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah, definitely, and that's really greatly needed over here. I suppose maybe the attitude between the UK and Ireland's a lot different to the attitude that's in Amsterdam at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. We have a lot more peace of mind.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? That's the main thing that I think a lot of stoners miss from the UK and Ireland is peace of mind. Like we can go
Yeah,
to these, we can sit inside establishments and smoke and meet our friends, and we're not looked down as any less than. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is a lot. Yeah, no, it's definitely different.
And that's what your place offers for people in Northern Ireland, nearly, doesn't it?
well, this is it exactly. When I opened, we're open 3 years now. When I
Fucking hell.
opened, nobody had a clue what we were, who we were, what we were doing. Even filling in the forms for like to be a registered small business, we had to write our own. We near enough had to rewrite the forms because
Yeah.
we couldn't tick any boxes to say, "Are you this? Are you this? What are you?" You know. So
Yeah.
um, we're we were really excited to get up and running, but even more so, we're so thankful and humbled to still be here because a lot
Mhm.
of people said, "I good luck with that, mate. You'll be
Yeah, no,
closed
for
for life,"
sure.
you know." But we're still here and we're still going strong.
That's amazing, man. And is there any other shops like yours?
There
Like in
is
Northern
now.
Ireland?
There's starting to pop up. Um, I would always say we are an actual dry herb vape lounge. That's what we do up here. But
Yeah.
we do have other products like a lot of places that would sell CBD and stuff, not just dry herb vaporizers. So there is a few have started to pop up. England and Scotland and Wales have a couple, and there's a few even here in Northern Ireland as well. But
Yeah.
the main hub is definitely Stay Medicated Dry Herb Vape Lounge.
Yeah.
Um,
That's the name. Stay medicated.
Stay
Very
Medicated. Stay
nice.
Medicated.
Yeah,
And
love it.
what's the goal? Like, what's like? So you're somewhere for medical patients to go and legally consume.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
So only
yep.
medical patients.
Now,
Yeah.
Glenn. Now, Glenn, you put me on the spot.
Yeah. Only medical patients. Yeah.
Yes, yes. If you have a private prescription, you can come here, and this is a safe space for you to enjoy your prescription.
Nice.
That's beautiful. And so you've had the neighbours and all have been sound and happy
I think
legally at it. Yeah.
they've all got prescriptions. The entire
That's the best way to do
Yeah,
it.
that's even
the
better.
town the town that we're in, I'm pretty sure near enough. If you don't have a script, somebody in your street definitely does. We really hit the ground running here with
Yeah,
them.
Well,
nice.
I think it's as you said, you're giving people a safe space to do so. Whereas
Yeah,
I'd say there's a lot of people in your area that was curious, wondering, but didn't feel safe. They don't want to go and buy from a car window or
Yeah,
smoke down a back alley or that kind of thing. They can go somewhere
yeah,
safely
no,
in a
that's amazing.
place.
yeah,
That's really cool. I didn't realize that was a. So you kind of, in some terms, have like a medical social club.
yes.
Okay,
That's
beautiful. That's
yeah.
beautiful. Yeah.
That's the guts of it, really. And
So
do you, do you help people get their prescription, or can you? Yeah,
yeah, the majority of my time is talking to people that don't have any information. They want a prescription either because they need it. And I'm not going to say there's people that don't need it. Everybody has an endocannabinoid system,
yeah,
so our
it's got
bodies
to
use
benefit
cannabis no
everyone.
matter what. But for the people that are like seriously ill and things like that, where they've been going up and down to the hospitals, and they've had prescription tablets through at them and things like that. They're wanting a better quality of life, and that's the reward for me, because if I help somebody get access to a private prescription, they come back. But see, when they come back, they have a smile on their face, and they're maybe not using the crutch that they were using, and they're always happy.
New person.
And that's what makes it all count.
100%.
Seeing the actual medicine.
Yeah, no, that's it. See that, and it's not just some gimmick or that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it actually helps and benefits people.
There's
So many members would you have, or does it work like that? Just anyone with a medical card can rock up?
Or anybody can come in here. We're open to the public. You don't have to have a prescription to come up here.
Yeah, you can get information and you can still browse and stuff.
Yeah, 100%. We've quite a lot of dry herb vaporizing devices up here. We try to have the high end ones, the real expensive ones, because I want to be able to not only help somebody get a private prescription, but I want them to actually experience using it in a proper dry herb vaporizer.
Yeah,
that maybe they can't afford. Like, the volcanoes, the top of the range volcanoes over £400.
Yeah, that's it. It's not something you buy for personal use, like.
Exactly. So you can come up here and you can use them and see for yourself.
See which one works for you and stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is nice before investing that much into a product, to actually come and sit and be taught through each step of it.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing.
That's more or less the membership up here. If you want to come up here and use the devices that are in the lounge, then that's what the membership's for. But as you said, if you rock up and you have your own script and you've got your own vaporizer in your pocket, then sit down and have a coffee or whatever,
Yeah.
Lovely. That's lovely.
Yeah, that's amazing. In Ireland, like, to be able to go.
Tea and a joint.
And you have like tea machine, coffee, like you have drinks.
Yeah, we've got tea, coffee, all the usuals. We've got Coke and stuff like that, and I always used to crack a joke. I was the cheapest Coke dealer in Ballyclare. I was only doing tins of Coke for £1, but the wee local supermarket, they've reduced their price to 80p. So I'm in a bit of a turf war.
You've got competition now. That's hilarious. You can't get stalled there.
That's it. But people coming in and buying a hot chocolate and stuff, and the conversation's always about cannabis, and there's no silly questions up here. Lots of people come in and say, "Oh, I know this is a stupid question," or you think I'm stupid for asking it, but really it's not, because there is no information out there at all for anybody. Not really.
Yeah, like people go into my coffee shop, they don't even know what weed or hash is, you know what I mean? So like if you're going for a medical thing, you need to know even more than that. So they're going to be going in totally clueless. So they will feel like idiots at the start, but as long as someone like you can help them and advise them along.
What about the coffee shop? Is it still isn't it the Joker you're in?
Yeah, Joker, yeah. And there again tonight. Yeah, still there. Maybe since.
I have to say that's one of the jobs that I'm really jealous of. I'm sure it has the days where you're pulling your hair out.
I think the ADE is just ending now, so I think we had extra idiots in yesterday. Like just don't even know how to let you help them. They just want you to give them stuff. They don't want to give you any guidance of what they want. They don't want to tell you whether they want to smoke or eat or do you want to be happy. They're just like, yeah. You know what I mean? They just. Some people just want to grab their head and bang them off the table, but technically I'm not allowed, so I haven't done that yet. But no, it's said like a lot of people, I think when they go into you, they actually want the help. When they go into me, they're just on holidays, just like, give me this, give me one marijuana. You know what I mean? They don't even want.
It's the mix of all.
Yeah, I know you do have people that are interested in, then other people are just like, yeah, give me that. Like, you don't even know what that is. Like, they're coming in our joints have different letters on them, so I know what they are. And the wind will have like a red one and a yellow one. I'm like, you don't even know what that is. You're putting the colors here, you know what I mean? So, and then people are like, fuck it, if you pass out, which on yourself, you know what I mean? You had the chance for information, but you're like, I'll take the red one, please.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a red one.
What's it? Even myself, the first couple of times I ever visited Amsterdam, the very first, I bought, I think it was €30 of Amnesia Haze from somewhere, and I was sweating bullets. Even I was stuttering, all going, to ask for it. Because over here, we've grew up, and it's been hammered into us since we've been born that cannabis is bad.
Yeah,
so
you're going to get in trouble and you can't.
That's it. Even your body's trying to stop you from even going, like, you know, please. So, you know,
I have people
get
coming in
that.
whispering like, "Can I get weed here? Can I get cannabis?" I'm there shouting back, "Yeah, no problem. What do you want?" You know what I mean? Like,
But it is that, it's the fear.
oh yeah,
And
it's
especially the unknown.
especially
Like, we're so comfortable. We just blaze away without thinking.
yeah.
But then you literally have people on edge being like, are we allowed to smoke here?
And people
Can
that come
we
from
see
stricter
here?"
places than we've come from, so
Yeah.
they've grown up like not even being allowed to talk
I
about
think
it. Like,
that's
you know what I
more-
mean?
I think it's even then you fear and restriction still.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like where they come from, it's fucking death penalty or jail and all. And then they're coming over going, "Can I get this?" And like, yeah, of course. What do you want? You know what I mean? No problems.
I'm sure it'd be
Yeah,
a
it is
huge
a
culture
double
shock for
mindset.
some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, what's the process for getting the prescription over there now?
So the private clinics have all sprouted up all over the place. The last couple of years has seen a real huge volume of them appear.
Yeah.
They'll take you on if you've already tried previous treatments. So cannabis can't be prescribed to you as a first option.
Yeah, you have to have tried a few pharmaceutical things.
Yep, that's more or less it. That's
Yeah.
more or less it. You know,
So how many like different pills do you have to go through before you prove that they don't work?
two different types of
two different
medication
types of prescription.
or treatment. So you know, if you've done physio or if you've done counselling or something like
Okay.
that, it's basically if you can show the clinics that you've already tried to fix yourself. If that makes
Yeah.
sense.
And everything
Yeah.
hasn't worked so far.
Yeah,
Yeah, nice.
that's more or less it. You fill in the wee forms and then they set you up for a consultation, which is a video call like this. So
Yeah.
you know for people that are really ill or can't travel, it's not a problem anymore. You can just do it on your laptop.
Yeah.
Once you and the doctor have had a chat, they'll post something out to your house, so you don't even have to go collect it. It can come out with your post.
That's
You know, so
amazing.
it's really
really
streamlined, and I
Yeah.
can see that it's really streamlined in a way where it benefits both the patient and the person actually that's imported this stuff and,
Yeah.
and selling it. You know,
Yeah.
like make no mistake, it's corporate cannabis. You know,
Yeah.
there's people at the top of these that own these clinics and
They're
pharmacies,
still
and they
making
make
money.
a fortune. You know, but
Yeah.
it is what it is, Glenn. Everybody.
Yeah, no, that's the only way it'll ever come mainstream is if they can make the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we got to take that.
That's why
Yeah.
people like yourself is great. That's why we need people like you because they're still learning. You're teaching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're going to be coming to you for the knowledge, and you've created a space as in like this is what we want.
Yeah.
We don't want your lab vibes. We want this as a space.
This
for
community
cannabis.
vibe, like, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You know
It
what I
is.
mean? They
It's-
just need
it's-
knowledge.
It's really gained traction, though the UK every now and again, like you know yourself, everybody loves to complain about something. Everybody loves
Yeah,
to do
nothing's perfect. Yeah.
especially on social media, you know, the likes of Reddit and stuff. But the likes of the big names that are starting to now bring cannabis out available for prescription, the likes of the Tyson 2.0 range,
Yeah.
you know, things like that, and cookies are coming as well. I
I
hear
think
too,
Big
which are-
Nasty's involved in it as well, isn't he?
oh, aye, he's full tilt. He's well into it. He's the
Yeah,
fourth
he's
string
like a
on the go.
spokesman or something, isn't he, for one of the companies, or he's something like that.
He's been on a few panels. He'll talk on the
Yeah.
panels, but I'll be honest with you, Glenn. You know, he'll from what I know, I don't know the guy personally. I've met him a few times, but I don't know him personally, so I can't speak for him. But
Yeah.
I would dare to say he will collaborate with the other pharmacies and clinics and stuff. But it looks like he is literally building his own platform to be his own
Okay.
clinic and his own then
Nice.
move on to his own dispensing pharmacy. Well,
That's amazing.
it makes sense, I suppose, if that's
Yeah.
you know that's what I.
That's
But
you're in
again,
full control of it then.
yeah. But at the minute, we're all still patients, you know, and everybody's different, so everybody's got a different story.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, massively.
And I know they've started to roll out a smaller, similar program in the south of Ireland. Do you know anything
Yes.
about that?
Yes.
Like, I think they've only got 2 or 3 pharmacies or something down there, and they're nowhere near what the UK have.
Again, because do you know what? I don't want to say something that's wrong because
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be as open and candid as I can. So, in my own experience, down in the Republic of Ireland, they have the MCAP program, which is similar to the NHS in the UK. which means if you have these 3 or 4 things wrong with you, you qualify for private prescription. But your prescription in the South needs to be signed off by a minister, a ministerial license. And the floor that's available,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, and the floor that's available is the Althea brand from Australia. Now, maybe 3 years ago that was all right, but nowadays the likes of, as you've mentioned, the big Northsty strains, the Tysons, they're all improving. So the Althea stuff is way overpriced, and it's not the best quality. So you're having, even if you can get a script in the South, you still are paying maybe €250 for a couple of grams of flour that isn't the best, like. So,
like long travel.
the private clinics in the South, they never really got off the ground. I don't know if there's somebody's palm hasn't been greased enough or whatever. But there was a big push from Medicated at the turn of the year. They were supposed to launch in the new year. Medicated operate in the Channel Islands, so they're Jersey and Guernsey and the Isle of Man, and they were pretty confident. Whenever you're talking countries and different laws, they call it jurisdictions. So the likes of the Channel Islands, because they were able to operate in the Channel Islands and not the actual mainland UK of England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, they thought that they could apply that to the south of Ireland, which they went ahead and did to a certain extent. But at the end of the day, I don't know if it was down to import issues or what, but they had a clinic open with a doctor, because I was talking to him back and forth a few times, but they just never really got anywhere. And because I'm not really a member of staff or anything, I'm on the outside looking in, I don't really actually know what happened there, but there's quite a few people in the South were let down massively the first quarter of this year, and I feel really bad for them, because I'm only 100 miles away from the border, not even, so, well, you know what I mean when I say border. I'm up here, I've got my stuff, my tubs, all my prescriptions in this lounge, and
can people pick up prescriptions from you?
No, I would need to be a pharmacist.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I was a pharmacist, yes, I would be able to dispense.
Okay.
So could someone then within that consumes or wants to go down your path but has a pharmaceutical background, could they technically open a pharmacy? That's amazing.
Like what you have with a full-on dispensary.
That's beautiful.
Yes. That's amazing.
We were looking at that. We were looking at that last year.
Get on to you.
Yeah.
There is a pharmacist up here who is. I've been talking to quite a bit. I found an old police station that was up for rent, and so we were going to use the cells as the safe for the product, and dispense it through, over the inquiry desk,
through the bars.
But it never really, the two of us, we've maybe got different sort of visions on moving forward. So it's on the back burner for now. But
that's it. At least it's an option and it can happen. You know what I mean? That's the future goals. And
it's just letting people know. Like there's a lot of people that work in industries and don't realize they can go down a whole other path with their knowledge. So you're going to have some nurse there, some pharmacist that blazes when no one knows, realizing I can make a massive difference here. That's amazing.
I think it's only a matter of time, Farry.
Yeah, for sure.
Pharmacists here, even the ones on the high street. I'm definitely aware. I think it's Scotland. There is a high street pharmacy in Scotland that are now offering for people to get their prescriptions sent there. I know that can happen anyway. If you have a private prescription and say you're not going to be at home whenever it arrives, you can get it sent to your high street pharmacy, and you can just
your actual pharmacy, your normal pharmacy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Beautiful.
But I wouldn't do that just off the cuff. You would have to contact the actual pharmacy and say, "Here, my meds coming here. Is that okay?"
Yeah, so now behind the counter, just like, why have I got a big bag of weed here? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. But I think that's the future. The more mainstream it comes, there's so much money to be made in the cannabis industry that it's once people click and see that sort of thing, I think it's I wouldn't say it's going to get out of hand, but I would like to see it become become quite
I want
popular.
to even create so many jobs and so many businesses. You know what I mean? It's a massive industry that would provide for so many people.
Because we're laying the blueprint. I
Yeah.
always say this to everyone. No one has done, like, there's been people advocating and all of this, but we're the ones creating the blueprint.
Yeah. Blueprint. Too early.
Yeah, but it means that we can do whatever, not whatever we want, but we can start trying out new routes that haven't been
Get
tried.
the foundations right. You know what I mean?
And create what we want. Don't get messy with that process. That's with everything. But I definitely think if there's donors and can try.
Yeah.
Like I don't know where I'll be in another 3 years, but I very much doubt that I'll still be sitting here doing this sort of work. It's literally what you've just said. You know, when I say there's loads of money to be made in the cannabis industry, there is, but it's not the patients that are making it. And certainly, if I don't sell enough vaporizers out of this shop, I don't pay my rent. You know.
Yeah,
so
no, for sure.
If
it's
I
not just a social club, like
No.
it would be different. Yeah, exactly. You know, so you're right. I do feel we're laying the groundwork, and the people that have around the country and around other parts of Europe and stuff, you know, they do see that. I get tons of messages from people, and they all say the same thing. How do we get one of these up and running? I'm yet to get a message from anybody to say, here, I really like that idea. Is there anything we can help you with? Or, you know, it's always, how do we do that? You know, but
because you need a team to help you.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially something like what you're doing. It is massive.
At the minute, it's very much myself and my son and my wife. So it's just the three of us sitting here, you know. So
family cannabis.
That's beautiful. Yeah, that's really beautiful.
What
you know what I mean?
Your plans for?
Yeah, just in general, like with the shop, do you plan to see it grow? Like, would you like to create more of a space with what you have?
Oh yeah, I would love to have a big, proper functioning coffee house.
Yeah,
make sure there's CBD drinks and sort of infused hot chocolates and all that sort of stuff.
Nice.
But because it is just me at the moment, you know, we're sort of restricted to what we can do. So I would love to get into Belfast city centre, but as soon as you open your door, like you put your shutter up in the city centre, and across the street you've got Starbucks, Costa Coffee, and all these other coffee shops and wee cafes and stuff. So there would be a lot of competition, but I think cannabis would be a big draw.
You're more unique than them.
You don't understand. It's like you said that if you don't have a medical prescription where you're from, someone on your road should. There's so much more stoners, and once they realize they have a safe space to go and consume, they'll be jibbing their Starbucks like a motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Here's how good the coffee is.
Usually they're grabbing their Starbucks, running down the road and hitting a vape. If they can be like, jib that across the road.
Yeah.
It is. Now, obviously, it's scary jumping into something.
Yeah,
like
no,
that,
for sure.
Like, that's one of the main things people say to us when they come over, even from places where you can consume, like America. They're missing the coffee shop vibe.
Yeah, the social aspect of it all.
Being able to come, meet up, have a drink, have a chat with people.
Yeah.
So I think if you did, I think it'll be a beautiful success. You know what I mean? You're normal.
Who's making all these coffees? Because it's not going to be me.
That's the problem, yeah. With growth, you need staff, which would cost more money and all. So yeah, you got to take a slow burn.
Yeah,
that's it. You need a big proper sort of, you know, them machines that you see people working on. They've got the 2 handles and they're banging things and they're stealing.
No, you don't, man. In my coffee shop, I just press buttons. I go, Americano. You don't want any of this extra bullshit. You want it just a simplified. Give me that, and that's it. Because it's enough work as it is. But yeah, you're spending all your time trying to educate people and trying to tell them how it works and all this. So yeah, you don't have time to make coffees and hot chocolates.
No, definitely not. I'll certainly drink a few during the day, but actually making them. If you catch me on the right day, you know, I'll do a special hot chocolate, like, you know. But in general,
and what, you open every day?
We're open Sunday to Thursday now don't laugh. We're open from 2 o'clock in the afternoon to 6 o'clock at night. And that's it.
And is that restrictions or is that your personal?
That's just me.
Okay.
That's just me. That's just me. So
why not?
Well, we did open at 11. We used to open at 11 and nobody ever turned up there after lunchtime.
Yeah.
So we put it back to lunchtime. And my background, I used to work 12-hour shifts in the factories around here.
Yeah.
So I used to be starting work at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and things like that. So, you know, it's nice to be able to
Have a
make
lie-in.
make my own hours, you know.
Yeah.
So
No,
if we
absolutely.
if we were busier, you know, when we have been busier the last couple of months, but if we were busier, we would have to open a wee bit more longer, you know, because
And can you stay open later too?
yeah.
Yeah. Is there a restriction on how late you can open?
No, well, not that I'm aware of. Don't think
Yeah.
so. You know,
We'll have to
we're
put
not
that in
actually.
test sometime.
Lock in.
Maybe different if we were serving like alcoholic drinks or something like that.
Yeah.
There. But in general, because I have my prescription, I'm the owner of this unit. So, you know, as long as I'm here, we're open.
Yeah, it's kind of a social club,
Yeah.
so you kind of do your own thing.
Yeah.
That's beautiful to know.
So if there was a gang in at 5:30, would you? Well, depending on your own mood, would you leave them in for a bit?
If there were members, I would just stay here until they were finished.
Yeah, nice.
That's a
You know.
lovely
Yeah.
I'll be screaming and inside my head. I'd be screaming like, "Going off,
Yeah.
Jesus, not." You know,
But
but
get the fucking. If they rolled
just
another
the way
one
it is.
now, for fuck's sake.
That's just the way it is. You know,
Yeah.
maybe if we can get somebody that is comfortable to talk to people about scripts, we could maybe get a break every now and again. Because that's one thing that I don't get. I don't really get a break. So,
Yeah.
and you know yourself, especially with social media, even when your shutter's down, you're still working. You know, you're either on your phone answering emails or you're thinking about something.
Yeah.
So, you know, MRs, they suit me at the moment, but they're always up for change.
Yeah,
and that's
for
the
sure.
thing, as you said, you're doing a 4-hour shift, but realistically it's 24/7.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? When you're running your own business, it's 24/7.
Yeah, no, that's it. You're constantly promoting or answering emails or
Yeah.
questions or bullshit. Like,
Podcasts. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, big time, really. No, fair play for keeping it going and getting it started.
yeah.
Appreciate that. You still have to come over.
Yeah, no,
you
definitely,
massive,
100%. Yeah, it'd be great to see.
Yeah.
Did you have like much trouble at the start? Were you police coming in or anything?
No.
No.
There's
Nice.
I'm more of a cannabis activist over here. So, like, see, the first time we would have met, Glenn, I would have wandered into your coffee shop and asked for a T-shirt, a pre-roll, stickers, and then showed you my banner. And that's what I was doing for a good few years. And I do have my banner's on the wall. It's got the Jolly Joker sticker on it, and
Nice.
I'm not wearing my T-shirt today, like, but I had to come back to that one. I don't think it was you, but whoever it was, they were all like, "What? What do you mean you want a T-shirt?"
Was it?
Oh, it was a good few years ago now.
Yeah, I'm there fucking nearly 7 years, so fucking could have been me.
Oh, you were definitely there. I think it was whenever I came back, it was whoever showed me a T-shirt. That wasn't you, but, you know. So my activism, I used to call that the almost legal Canna tour. So coffee
We're
shops
nearly
in
there.
Amsterdam, Tenerife, and things like that. You know, over in Spain.
Yeah.
But so when I opened here, I'd already got my social media platform up and running. I've done a lot of campaigning for people with epilepsy and things like that. So some of the community knew, and whenever I opened the place, I don't know for sure, but I would like to think that I had that respect from the likes of the local council and the local place that I was
been doing it the right way, like
opening for the right reasons, you know. But we have had the place up in many different guises. We've got some of them even have got a private prescription, you know, so it's a big feather in my cap, like. But I've had people come in and sit down, and the first thing I would say, I would just joke and go, "Is it your day off there, Constable?" Because you know you can spot them. But there was this one guy came up and he started laughing. He goes, "Actually, it's my day off," and he started to tell me he's a counsellor for our place, and he pulled his T-shirt, a big massive scar, and also he was telling me all these horror stories, you know, from whenever he was on duty and all the rest of it. But it was very clear to me by the time he left, and I was like, you know, geez, I thought, you know, I was a bit nuts, but you know, there's somebody there that clearly needs help, and he's a counsellor for people, you know. So Things like that. We did get the uniforms eventually to come in, and they said, our inspector's seen you on the BBC News, so he wants to know what the hell's going on. So he sent us up.
You're not really doing
And
their
I
job
said,
well if you find out about a cannabis shop on the BBC News, like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So people think the police are onto everything. There's a fucking shop open with the shutters up and the lights on. These couldn't see it on the news, like.
Yeah, that's exactly the way it happened. You know, most of the time, if I seen uniformed police in the street up around here, I was out asking them, loaded questions. Now, it was always with a smile. You know, like, what's your policy on medical cannabis? Knowing fine well they don't have one.
I was going to say, half probably didn't even know there was medical cannabis.
Yeah.
No,
So what
they just thought it was oil.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
just thought it was
CBD
oil.
or whatever.
Yeah. You know, so there's definitely a lot of educating the police that needs done, but because they did eventually come in and see us, I arranged for them to come back when we were closed, and I sat down, and we must have had, it was about a 2.5 hour discussion, and it was all very sensible and all relevant, you know, things about scripts and that, and they were very candid with me as well. So the likes of the uniformed police over here in Northern Ireland, they're crying out for education. Because if they seize somebody's prescription, once a doctor confirms that that's what it is, they have to give it back, but they also have to apologise to avoid being took to court and things like that. So at the minute, it's a mess.
Yeah, nice. So they're being more careful with who they pull up now and how they deal with stuff. No,
not really. not really.
The lack of knowledge again. There's some people that think it's still like probably class A drug. You know what I mean? There's some that are in that mindset.
Yeah.
So by you going out and being like, here, what's your view?
Yeah.
Not even telling them, just be like, what's your view?
Yeah. Why do you think that?
Yeah. We need to get them thinking. It's cute.
No, for sure. That's it. Everyone needs to be educated. You know what I mean? The police, the governments, the men, even doctors don't know about medical cannabis. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Oh, don't get me started on the doctors, Glenn. Oh, don't get me. So I've met patients that have come in here, held up a tub of medicinal cannabis that they've been prescribed by some doctor at one of the private clinics. And they look at me and they say, what am I supposed to do with this? They have to buy scales. They need, and see, whenever you sit down and talk to them, they tell you things like, I don't smoke. And I've never even used cannabis, you know what I'm saying? Well, did the doctor offer you any other alternative beside a tub of flour, like maybe a nice strong oil or something? They're like, no, we just straight to the weed. No way. He was away before I could say anything. So some of the doctors definitely, they need properly trained as well. Now, I'm not a doctor, but, you know, I know something. I know one or two things about
cannabis.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Know cannabis.
You know, so
that's the main thing.
We'll come across that quite a lot. You know, but we are making headway. We've had politicians up in here as well, elected. They're MLAs over here. I don't know what they're called over where you guys are.
Sure, an MLA is.
No, I don't know either.
Are these kind of like people of like districts?
Yeah, like an MP.
Okay, yeah.
So we've had them up here as well, but it's 50-50.
What way?
In just checking it out or patients?
We're wanting to train the police.
No, but the MPs, were they coming in as patients or just coming in to check it out?
They were coming in to check it out because we've been at them since we've opened, saying we want to train the police. Vulnerable people are being messed about with, you know, and there is vulnerable people. If the police take a prescription off them, they will think that, oh, this is wrong and I've made a mistake and I'm going to get into trouble, you know. And if you have serious mental health issues, it's not a good feeling to have, you know. So that sort of thing's been happening. We don't really get much traction from the councillors and the politicians until it's election time.
Yeah,
so around election time, we bombard them, and we've got somewhere this time. So we've had one of the members of the police on board, which is a group of politicians that meet with the police like once a month or something and discuss all that stuff.
Nice.
That's interesting, yeah.
We're trying to get them to actually ask the top brass of the police over here. Again, it's the question that can't be answered. What's your medical cannabis policy? Because they don't have one. You know, and that's,
wrote one,
it needs to be sorted out. They have a herbal cannabis policy.
Okay.
They don't have a medical one.
Yeah. And what's the herb one cover? CBD and stuff?
Or him.
Hemp?
The herbal cannabis policy for the PSNI is they will identify cannabis by sight.
Okay.
So see you saying CBD, that doesn't even come into it. See if it's
So if it looks like
CBD
weed, it's
or-
weed.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You know, so you'll your shop would get raided, your house would get raided, all that stuff would all be taken away, and you're going to be the only one sitting there saying, "I but how long a minute? Like there's that's CBD, you know, and you might as well just talk to the wall."
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
that's
so-
it. You're just saying letters and numbers to them here. They don't even know what you're talking about. Like,
Exactly. Yeah, I've had plenty of conversation with a couple of police, and I would like to say that I ripped them to bits, but I suppose that's not really anything to be proud of whenever you're trying to actually get them on board.
yeah, if you go at them the wrong way, they're not going to learn. Like,
yeah, you know, but
they'll stick their heels in and be like, "Fuck this cunt. Who's this stoner think he is? We're the police."
that's you've nailed it on the head. I've had a court appearance. I've stood in front of a judge, and he's looked at me, and he laughed whenever he says, "Where's the doctor that's prescribed you? Where is he? Where does he live?" And I'm like, "He's in London," and he smirked, and and he's like, "Oh, so it's not even over here." And is this prescription? Is it even real? And all this carry on. I'm standing there going, this is a judge.
Yeah,
saying
you're
all
the
this.
one who should be able to determine this, not me.
Aye, so it's
Yeah.
but then maybe Northern Ireland's it's like Jurassic Park over here. Everything's backwards.
Yeah.
Sorry, Farry, what were you gonna say?
Yeah.
We
keep flowing.
Yeah.
We're always talking. We never stop fighting on. Yeah, no, but it is interesting though. Just even to see the changes, and like you can imagine, like with the Irish, they're set in their ways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we know the Irish are like ourselves.
Yeah.
It's that mindset, but it's once they see it on RTA or BBC, they're like, "Oh, that's
once they
grand."
get the green light,
You know
that's
what I
it.
mean?
Their mind, suddenly a switch goes in their brain, like, "Oh, this is acceptable." You know what I mean? It's like fucking crazy. People that were against, and they're like, "Oh, let me try this," and you're like, just because some guy in an office said, "Oh no, now it's legal," or now it's acceptable. These people are like, "Oh, now it's safe."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For years, it's been the devil's lettuce or whatever, fucking reefer madness and all this bullshit. Now some fucking politician, "Oh no, this is acceptable now." People are like, "Oh, this is okay now." You know what I mean? It's crazy how some people don't even let their mind ask the questions.
Yeah.
Are they right to make this illegal? Is this actually dangerous? You know what I mean? And
I think a lot of it is fear, because they always said like cannabis was a gateway drug, whereas it's not. It's alcohol.
No.
It's and I think it's that. It's like, and especially like the Catholic Church, all of that kind of stuff. So much fear. Even like in like our parents' generation, you still see some of that fear of, oh, you can't or you
shouldn't. They've been told the whole life, like you know what I mean. It's like trying to turn a tanker ship around.
But by having these kind of safe spaces to come in and actually see it and be like, oh, it's not so scary, and especially in the vaporizers.
Yeah, and then even people like Canada who like it looks a bit more respectable than those young stoners. Well, we're not young, but you know what I mean. Younger stoners or whatever, fucking someone that's
get you for that one.
For a society, when they stand up, people are like, okay, it's not just these little stoners that go around their tracksuit smoking weed and all. You know what I mean? So
there's quite a few people that would come in here to talk to me, and they're a nurse. They'd be a nurse either in a hospital or in an old people's home, or to some extent they would be caring for somebody, and they always come in and they've either got one of my cards in their hand, or they say, one of my mates told me to come up and see you, and it'll be for somebody else, but it's like, it'll be chronic pain or something, and it can be really overwhelming too at times when maybe somebody who has been properly trained and in medical fields, they're coming up and they're asking me for help. Again, I'm not a doctor. I do know my way around cannabis, but sometimes I'm sitting and just don't know what to say back, to be honest.
Yeah, you're trying to educate medical people on medicine, like, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
But that's the thing. Is that not mind-boggling that these people have gone and trained and learned from A to Z, all the different tablets and everything that they can get, and now they're walking into yourself and being like, hey, everything I've learned and been told to pass on isn't working.
Yeah. Or even that, like, there's a
cannabis.
whole other chapter that I haven't opened, you know what I mean? I done A to Z, but forgot CBD, like, you know what I mean? It's
no, it's beautiful to see that change.
yeah.
Like I
100%.
say, it's nearly a bit like shocking to people, especially in the health service, to be like, wait, what?
Yeah.
There's a whole chapter we didn't read on medicine, on healing, you know what I mean? Like, where the fuck was this big section, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, no, you have a lot more knowledge than you think. You know what I mean? We all can bring our bit to the table.
What about what's the state of private prescriptions over where you guys are?
There is some sort of Dutch medical. Like, I only learned this on one of the podcasts a while ago. I thought there was nothing here.
Yeah,
but
no,
there definitely is.
For years. So it has been going. Yeah, Soma has it.
Yeah, I was just about to say
that. Now the Dutch doctors are as bad as the Irish and the UK doctors. So when you go in and you will ask or you say you consume, they're very much like, what? Shouldn't be smoking, or it's hard to find. Whereas a couple of our friends now have actually gone and comfortably have a medical prescription. They go in and they collect their cannabis. And it's finding doctors, again, that are open-minded.
Yeah, and
not
educated.
Even the knowledge,
yeah,
because
well,
we don't all know the whole story of cannabis. But it's more the open-mindedness. So, like, you can get a medical cert here, which you could, I don't think there's any limit on it. I think they'll start off nearly like the UK basis, that you kind of like a couple of grams a day and then you can increase it. No, that. Yeah, no, it is a thing.
Like, I think compared to Germany's meant to be run very well, even before legalization, their medical.
Yeah, like when we were at Mary Jane Berlin, there was vendors, and honestly, I so regret not doing it, because there was like, man, it was a full vendor, like just their stall set up. There was a couple of people outside being like, hey, want to sign up for a medical prescription? €25. And if you want, you can get your first prescription delivered here.
To Netherlands?
To Mary Jane.
Oh, to the actual event?
To the expo.
Oh, shit. That's
They
amazing.
were literally having vans pulling up, and you'd get a message being like, your prescription has arrived, and you could walk.
I would have just done it just for that. Yeah.
I so kick myself every time, because it's, again, the peace of mind, being able to travel, not feeling sketchy, paranoid, any of that, and just consume.
Even if you had to, like, document that recording, I could sign up, you know what I mean? Sign up next to you, like, here's a guy in a van, come with my medicine, half an hour later, like,
and
you know what I mean?
You could see it through, like, the back door of the stall. It was beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, no, Germany do have it right, definitely. Amsterdam is a bit behind, but it's
go for it.
But I'm hoping with Germany, the UK coming about, I think
has to send ripples and shockwaves.
They're going to realize they're being silly.
Yeah.
Especially, like as you said, the revenue, everything. That's the main thing the Netherlands are about.
Yeah.
I think is like revenue tax.
How do we cash in on this?
So they're trying to, at the moment, you can see Amsterdam being cleaned up to like an upper scale market.
Yeah.
They kind of want that.
Gentrifying it.
Yeah. Whereas once they realize that there's not so many like posh coffees you can buy in a day, they're not going to last.
No,
you know what I mean?
I don't think
the stoners are the revenue of the Netherlands. We eat, we smoke.
Most people around the world know it as a party city, a stoner city. You know what I mean? Like, it does have its beautiful canals and its museums and all, but I don't think they'd survive on that alone. You know what I mean? I think they need that return in cannabis industry and that community that keeps going back. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting, like with Germany and stuff.
Yeah, hopefully it does keep growing that way. Every now and again, I feel like maybe the likes of the UK scene on script is maybe happened by accident. The allowance for a UK patient, the maximum allowance, the doctors will always prescribe where they feel there's a need. The maximum's like 4 ounces a month or something. Yeah. It's crazy amount, like, you know.
That's a great amount. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like over here we're allowed by 5 grams a day. You know what I mean?
For someone that is on like that, or is on it, like has cancer or something, you'd want that, like, especially if you're converting to like RSO oil. Yeah, you would want that volume.
And also to be able to just buy it all in one go and not have to keep going back. You're only allowed 10 grams. Okay, in a few days I have to buy again. They're like, give me 4 ounces, even if it lasts them 2 months, you know what I mean? They have it there and they don't have to think about their medicine, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I think in America as well, the dispensaries can sell large amounts because some people live in the mountains or down the fucking So they can't be coming up for their 5 grams every day. You know what I mean? They have to be able to take half a pound, or they got big things. So like here 5 grams is crazy. Like, you know what I mean? That's not even a day's smoke for some people. For us, you know what I mean? So
a couple of joints. It's only a couple of joints.
That's it.
The American scene, it's very interesting. They're on the cusp of legalizing federally, which is all the states. But there's also, I like to sort of keep my eye on the news and stuff, and I'm very skeptical when it comes to news, especially mainstream media news. When you look up why prohibition even exists, you know, you can tell that this whole thing's corrupt. But people that I've been talking to in the likes of England and things, they're getting excited at the prospect of the USA legalizing federally, because they think it'll end prohibition, which will then have a knock-on effect, which will bring in the grow your own in the UK. But what I can actually see, because I can see it maybe happening in Spain as well, private clinics are going to start popping up in America, and the likes of dispensaries, I think they just, unless what we were saying earlier, unless you're qualified as a pharmacist or something like that, I think the likes of the government and the suits, the people run about in suits, I think they're eyeing up that sort of market as something that they can maybe turn into medical, you know, with licenses and all that carry on. You know, I don't think there's any clinics. I don't think there's too many prescribing clinics prescribing flower even in Spain. You know, but I know you can grow over there. You can grow your own. Yeah,
if you have a club. Or even your own. Can people at home grow in Spain?
Yeah,
I know it's still a grey area.
The clubs in Spain, they're not so much cannabis clubs; they're more social clubs. Because the history of Spain, socializing was outlawed not all that long ago in Spain.
Socializing in general.
Yeah, if you really sit down and if you want to sit down and look into your histories and stuff, the likes of Spain had a dictator there called Franco. That's why they weren't in the World War and things like that. He outlawed groups of 3 or more meeting, just in general.
What?
Yeah. So
is
that's
that
how you
not
stay
like
in power.
COVID? History repeats, motherfucker.
Yeah, the Spanish flu.
Maybe that's where they got the idea from. But he outlawed being able to socialize. So most of the clubs that are on Spanish soil that I spoke to the owners and things over the years, they've all said, this is technically my house. This cafe, club, whatever, CSC that you're sitting in, technically it's my private property.
Yeah.
And it just so happens that I have cannabis on the premises. Now, I know it's not as easy as that, but that's more or less.
Yeah, that's the guts of it. Like,
because then you're not actually providing a service, you're just having people over.
Yeah, just having a bit of
cutting that loophole.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's mental.
Yeah, if you walk out of a Spanish cannabis social club, you can be searched and arrested.
I've heard them. They're like fucking. I think that's how the police are making their money now. We just wait on these stoners coming out. We'll search them and find them. Like,
yeah,
because I think it was Cannabis last year. A good few people got stopped, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah, it's heavy-handed.
Yeah,
I love Cannabis. Cannabis.
I've never been. I've never even been to Barcelona.
It's just the same as Mary Jane, only it's warm.
I haven't been there either.
Only it's what?
Only it's warm.
Oh yeah.
No, definitely.
Yeah, Cannabis is my favorite trade show, but you know, majority of them, that's what most of them are. It's the same sort of thing. The likes of, I think there's a real nice one in is it Vienna? There's one in Vienna, and there's one in Berlin. There's one in Italy, and then you've Cannabis. There's one in England. I think it's Product Earth or something. So every couple of months through the calendar year, they're just trade shows.
Yeah.
You know, so the likes of
would you go and have a stall at it, or just go to socialize?
No, I wouldn't have a stall at it. I'm like a wee barfly at these places. I run about saying, I've got a lounge in the UK. Do you want to put a poster in the window and see what I can get off them? You know, so most people are dead on the likes of packs and Student Glass. You know, the big gravity hookah things.
Yeah,
you know,
Nana sent me a video of her hitting that in your shop the other day.
Yeah.
The blue one.
Yeah.
That's very, very popular. We just hook up a vaporizer to it, and you can use it with a vaporizer. We did have a party.
Vapana?
Yeah, the Vapana. That's what we've hit the student glass with a vape on it.
Yeah.
And man, it's heavy because you're not getting that butane. You're getting that beautiful, just straight cannabis. You're just like, woo, sweaty lip after. Like, it's beautiful. It does. Because there's no stopping it.
Yeah, when you just keep flipping, it's just spraying out. It's fucking.
That's the best thing about it. You know, you don't even have to pull on it.
You don't even have to fucking inhale. Just fucking put it to your mouth. It's coming at you.
That's it.
Yeah, like gravity do its job.
They're expensive pieces of kit.
One of the things, we did a event one time and we had a couple of them set up. And one of the main things that I noticed people saying was, oh my God, I saw these online, but never got to try them.
Yeah.
So what you were doing is massive because you see all of these things
gimmicks
online,
and toys and all. You don't know what's good, what's bad.
Anything.
Yeah.
A lot of and even myself, I didn't know what half the shit was until I actually came over and I was doing stuff. Until you actually physically have it, you don't know if it's like for some they might be like, oh, the student gas, and I can be like that too.
Yeah.
They need a volcano. They need something else. Yeah.
No, that's it. And as you said, they're expensive pieces of kit, so you don't want to be investing in something that you don't like or you don't have to use or
exactly. They like to get their hand in these companies. You know,
their new toys, their new gimmicks, their new everything. So that's it. It gets so flooded, you don't know what's good, what's bad.
And would there be one you'd recommend to the people?
Well, I use the packs. That's my go-to, but it's the convenience of it. You know, it's like it's 2024. Everybody wants things yesterday. It has to be convenient. So for me, this is the best one.
So you just load flour into that?
Yeah, you just load it in that's the chamber there.
Yeah.
And the wee magnetic and the mouthpiece. You can't even really save it. It's just that's it there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And away you go. But the best thing I like about the dry herb vaporizers, there's no smell. There's no real strong cannabis smell. So I use my packs in the cinema and when I'm in the supermarkets everywhere.
Yeah, nice.
I use it everywhere. Whereas before I was always smoking joints. Like I've never got into trouble for smoking a joint out in the street and stuff, but I'm the only one in my household that actually smoked. Because I've managed to knock the smoking on the head now. So I was always thinking of smoke, my clothes, and everywhere I went, I always had it, you know, I was thinking about it now, you know, compared to vaping, when I vape, even using this one, this is Stores and Bickle's latest contraption.
Yeah. It looks like a taser.
It's like from Batman Returns. It's like one of them electric tasers, the mad clowns. When I use the vaporizer, I don't feel that heavy weight that smoking tobacco sort of gives me. I know you can smoke cannabis on its own, but I've never really. If I smoke cannabis on its own, it would only ever be maybe 4 or 5 draws, and then it just starts cutting the throat of me.
Yeah.
So
I don't enjoy pure joints. They don't smoke right for me. They're kind of. I always say it's like a thick milkshake. You kind of got to suck on it just to get out and out of it. You know what I mean? Like that bit of tobacco, you get the nice full. So that's another thing you were saying there. I fear that with the legalization and the social clubs and all this, that it's going to go down a vape route. Everyone's going to be in there with their like vapes or their dabs, all this stuff that's no combustion, no smoke, and we like to smoke. So I think just as it's coming legal, what we like to do legally is not going to be acceptable. So it's going to be like everyone's getting high, but like I'm not getting high the way we want to get high. So I think it's just going to be like, yes, it's legal. Then we're like, oh, fuck, I don't want to go there. You know what I mean? It's going to be.
We're not allowed.
Yeah, I'm not fat. Like the vape and even the cartridge and all, like it's all right, but for me, nothing beats a joint. Like,
yeah,
you know
it's not the
same. And would you wouldn't have a joint at all anymore? You're just vape?
I just vape most of the time. If I really do want to have a joint, I would use a tobacco alternative. So it would just be something else, but not tobacco.
Yeah.
But every time I see somebody smoking in a movie or on TV or just walking
just
past,
gives you that itch.
Yeah. Like my sister-in-law, she smokes cigarettes, and the last time I was up talking to her, she lit a cigarette, and when she turned around, I was right here, just standing. Like, all I could smell was the smoke, and I'm just sitting there. You know,
you just get that.
This is great.
You get that itch.
The nicotine demon brings in. It's like, hello.
Remember I feel a lot better. I do feel a lot better and a lot
Yeah.
healthier whenever I'm vaping rather than when I'm smoking, you know. So we'll see what happens.
With the combustion.
Well, come here, before you have to open, do you want to give us a quick look around the shop?
Oh, certainly, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That'd be great. No, we haven't tidied up. I know it wasn't sick. Cleaner's day off.
We're stoners.
Right, let's see. Now, I know this is YouTube, so I've tried to sort of hide all the stuff that could maybe get us into trouble.
Oh, well, we put everything on our screen, so don't worry about your end. I don't know if it's going to get you in trouble, but don't worry about us.
Trouble's my middle name. Right, yes, please.
Even can you flip onto the other camera? The back
right at the back. Oh, this is my laptop. I haven't a clue how to get to the other camera. Yeah, I don't know.
On your phone.
Let's see. No, we're not on the phone. Mute, stop cam, settings, audio, camera, mirror my camera.
No, you don't have a camera on the back of a laptop.
Yeah, camera.
You just have to do it like the parents at Christmas, walking around with the laptop showing everybody. Say hi. Oh, now he's frozen.
Oh,
I don't think I have.
I think I got too far from your Wi-Fi now.
So this is us outside on the high street. We've got a nice wee green sign. I was told not to put a cannabis leaf.
Yeah.
So nobody really notices it, but there's 10 leaves on the actual logo.
You can just about see it. Yeah.
If you know, you know.
That's it. That's it.
Hanging there. You know, that's the whole point. Put cannabis on the high street where everybody can see it. Let me just get this to sort of. I think the sunlight hit the camera and it's went dark. So I'll try not to move too
you're going to show you real quick. Check out the dog here.
He's our other guest. The Kush puppy. Oh, this looks sick.
Oh, that's amazing.
So that's just the sort of vaporizers and stuff that we have available. Sorry, it's not at the right angle.
No, you're good.
Not at all. Should we walk slanted a bit?
On this side, we've got some tables. I'm a terrible cameraman.
Coffee
yeah, you're
sure that table that you can move up.
Oh, you can open it up like a little foldy.
Nice.
Yeah, there's another one there.
And how many can you sit inside?
Yeah. How many?
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 25.
Nice.
You get about 25 people in here. Yeah.
You must go full faint over there.
Oh, absolutely. Forget everyone crafting.
Where's my choker thing? There it is, mate. That's our look. There it is. Jolly choker.
Nice.
So basically, this table. Let me just try and get my stupid big head out of the way. So I just got a cover there. So this big table, that's more or less where I would sit and talk to people about the strips.
This is your office.
Where I was sitting there with you guys over there, that's where most people, if they come in and they're here to use their meds, they'll just come straight on in and sit down at that table. We've got a volcano sitting there.
Oh, it's all set up for them there and all perfect.
So you can sit there and do whatever. And then over here, the music, that's off the minute, but with the whole pile of toys. Now, this is the aftermath of Friday. So the only thing I've lifted is a few of the handheld vapes. So that's the student glass that Louise was using. And we've also got one of these here. This just fills with vapor, and whenever it fills up, you just take that off, and it's like a glass. The original one was the I seen. What?
No, I was going to say, everyone that uses them, they always drink it. They think it's a liquid. Instead of just, because you can keep it down, it's a smoke. But everyone who gets them always downs it. I do it myself. I do it every time. And I'm like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? You can just go, I just smoke, but everyone thinks it's the glass and always tries to drink the smoke.
Yeah. The first that I seen them in, they're Canadian. They're called Bellow Tap, and they're bigger than those. That's just a wee Zanko device. But what I actually seen advertised, and I can't get one because every time these new things come on the market, all of a sudden they're sold out. It's an actual glass, and the base of it is more a deeper. But what you do is you walk over with your glass and you push down, and it just fills with vapor.
Oh, it's like literally like a water dispensary, kind of like it kind of just fills it up. It's already full.
Yeah, but they are expensive. We will have them eventually, but in my head, I would love to have one of them on every table, just sitting there, so that people can just come
go over and fill up their glass. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's a real social smoke, social vape thing.
This wee trolley here is filled with tubs and tubs of my old prescription. Now, most of them are just crumbs in them or nothing. But it gives me the opportunity then to sort of
show
and
tell,
people, you know, you can show people these things. That's the Tyson. Have you been to the Tyson coffee shop?
Yeah. You don't have the problem over here is I think they're connected to Greenhouse Effect, the Croon, and now Snoop. So their basic menu is the same in all the shops. So it's not as if it's Tyson's weed. I think Snoop and Tyson have their own Cali menu, but even that, I don't think they can legally import from their brands in California and stuff. So I don't think they have their real deal stuff here, which I think does more of a disservice to their brand than it does. You know what I mean? Because people are going to associate what they buy there with what they really make, where it might be the same thing.
Well, that's it. It's not Cali weed, that's for sure. You know, the Tyson. This one I have here. This is called Tiger Milk, and it's the importers are on it, and where it was grown. It's grown in Macedonia, so I assume it's the same genetics.
That's mental.
Yeah, it's all North Macedonia. Fucking where else we heard? There's all mad countries they're growing them in. And the UK is one of the biggest growers, but they don't sell to their own people. Like,
well, the UK, they're one of the biggest exporters.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But again, when you look into that statistic, that's mouth spray. That's Sativex mouth spray and Epidiolex mouth drops, which is Sativex is THC mouth spray, Epidiolex is CBD mouth drops, and they are patented the GW Pharmaceuticals.
So that's what the UK mainly make.
Yeah. So when they're exporting that, it's going over to like Walgreens and things in America, which is like you know the high street pharmacy.
Yeah.
So
that's why it was so big.
Used as powerful.
Or medical cannabis is more into
like watering it down a lot, especially if it's being sold in the high streets.
Yeah.
So they're growing mass and then literally getting God, the way they work is
whatever profits them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So it's a big method over here because everybody says it. You know, the UK is the biggest exporter of cannabis, but in black and white, yes. But in reality, they're not exporting huge, massive tons of raw flower. Like, you know, there is a few grows that have now got licensed and have started to grow. So maybe that'll change. Maybe that'll change over the next couple of years.
I'd say if they see the likes of the smaller people starting up, definitely.
Yeah.
They're like, oh wait, crap, there's a market here.
Yeah, you know for sure.
Mm-hmm. You know, need that bit of beer.
But, so here, if anybody in the comments has any questions, go ahead. If there's any questions, type in. No, go ahead. What are we going to say?
I have a question. Dry herb vaporizers in general. When I'm over, last time I was over your neck of the woods, the likes of Baba Souvenirs and the Old Man of Amsterdam and those sort of shops, they started to put their dry herb vaporizers behind the counter, you know, where you couldn't actually see them. It says that there was legislation had come in to sort of treat them as the same as cigarettes, near enough.
Oh yeah.
Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, like you can't buy them online. There has been definitely a lot more like play on that. I think especially with the likes of the Puffcos and stuff, because they don't understand the dab side of it.
Yeah.
But definitely you're not allowed to buy like vaporizers online anymore. And even like the likes of stores in Baco, they're German based, but they're not even down as a cannabis vaporizer. They're in like the food department.
Okay.
Yeah. And So I think definitely they have got a lot more stricter. On
It's
them
mad that like
currently.
the vape is what they're telling people they have to use, but yet they're getting stricter on people getting vapes. Like,
It's because they don't
Yeah.
know. It's
Yeah.
that lack of knowledge.
Australia's banned them. They've
oh
banned
yeah,
users. Yeah. You know, and
crazy.
over here in the UK, anywhere you walk into, like a shopping centre, there'll be a sign up saying you're not allowed to vape on these premises and no vaping and things like that. But the UK laws, what they're actually leaving out is the word nicotine. So it's
Yeah.
actually nicotine vaporizers that is, you know,
Yeah,
over here.
but the other thing is just flavor, or well, as far as they're concerned,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's just
So there's no actual law against cannabis being consumed within these spaces.
No.
Yeah, see it's nearly like the Amsterdam.
yeah, they haven't
and the
read it, so
Netherlands,
it's kind of
Yeah,
It's like
it's
we
not
haven't said there's no law
literally the
against
unwritten
it, but we have
rules,
laws
like-
against this part of it. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, no,
It's-
interesting.
It is. It's very. It's I see these things happening. The likes of what happened in Australia, the online thing over there, and even Italy as well. Italy banned hemp not so long ago, and to me, it's like a shadow response to the emerging medical cannabis scene, where
yeah,
they're trying to control it without admitting that they're aware of it or that they care. But I see
Yeah.
these wee changes in the background all over the place, you know. So I definitely
Yeah,
still
no,
think
yeah.
prohibition's alive and well, like for sure.
yeah, oh,
Yeah.
for sure. That's it. Some people are
They
still,
just want to hold as much control as it's happening.
Yeah.
Whereas if we realize actually we can do all of this, cool. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
no, that's
People
it.
just go for it. Yeah, they want to, I think, have their say on everything before they give it to us. Nearly.
Yeah, no, that's it. They want to have to control it because, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you look at Thailand, they got out of control very quick there. You know what I mean? Like it just
It
blew
did,
up.
but they handled it well.
No, they are fixing
Yeah.
it now, but that's it. They have to rein it in where these don't want to have. They want to hold the
Yeah.
reins from the start. You know what I mean? Let you
Yeah.
out little by little. This is what we'll give you. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's all going the right direction mostly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like when we were kids, you never thought we'd be at this point. You know what I mean? You never thought you're going to be sitting in your own fucking cannabis store smoking your vape. You know what I mean?
Never in a million years.
No.
You know, my first cannabis experience was the hash, and it was we called it council estate hash, so it wasn't even
That's what I grew up on as well.
bits of plastic in it and bits of rubber
Yeah.
and stuff.
Soap bar.
Yeah, that's it. You know, so no, I never ever did ever think we would get this far, but I still think there's plenty of strides to make, and maybe we're making the first few, but hopefully other people can then, you know, build on what we have done.
Oh,
And
for
take it
sure.
further,
Yeah.
you know, and
You're
really,
giving them confidence.
Yeah.
You're giving a lot of people confidence, from medical patients to, even as we were saying, pharmacists, knowing they can go a different track.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're all kind of scared to be, I think, like the first person to step out. You've done that. It's kind of like, guys, come on, follow on. It's okay.
that's it. And it was scary to start with. You know, we were empty for the first couple of weeks, but you know, you have to keep going these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, massively.
Yeah, what's we
It is,
saying?
especially as you're on something new.
Kind of we might do. They said they might come up to you and we'll do it live from there. Is that what they're saying?
Canon and Badger will we link up on the 1st of November. GranFaded, stay medicated. Canna which Canna, we Canna curl, and I Canna. Everybody's got Canna in their name.
Kind of everywhere.
The UK does Medical Cannabis Awareness Week, the first week in November, so I'm sure we'll be doing something.
Oh, that's sick.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I didn't even know about that. I wasn't even aware of the awareness week.
A lot of the medical places will do it. This is the thing, especially where the UK and Ireland's concerned. See people with special needs or vulnerable people that are using medicinal cannabis to give them a better quality of life. They're in the minority, so nobody really knows about it. Nobody really even talks about it, unless maybe it's somebody in your family or your circle of friends.
Or every now and again, one story makes the news or something.
Yeah.
Like,
So the people, you know, the likes of Medical Cannabis Awareness Week, it's been going on for years, but it's you'll never see an advertisement for it on the TV or in the newspaper, you know.
That's crazy.
I never even, as mad as you just said, thought of that for even like people with disabilities.
Yeah.
Like if they're in pain, if they're sat in a wheelchair, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like more like the kind of like Down syndrome, in that like it can give them so much benefits.
Yeah.
But like they're even more set in that old like medicinal ways.
Yeah.
They have their set routines. The nurses, the nuns
Yeah.
kind of nearly mind them still.
Yeah, no.
You know, cannabis could be a massive
Oh,
impact.
stop
on that
it.
industry.
Like,
Yeah.
to people that don't have much of a way of life anyway, but can still give them a easier day to day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just everything, give them back their appetite, give them, make them
Yeah.
sleep better, all this stuff.
Even
But,
seeing communication come back.
Yeah,
You know what I
no,
mean?
that's it. And that's a good thing with you. People can come there, see what medicine works for them. You know what I mean? Talk about how it's helped them and other things.
Yeah. That's usually what happens. You know, people, they've made friends up here. You know, two strangers have walked in and they've left as friends, and maybe I won't see them. And then you maybe bump into them online and they're doing stuff. You know,
Or the two of them show up together next time.
Yeah, you
That's
know, so
beautiful. Yeah. It is, especially as adults and people that consume cannabis. It's two kind of scary times to make friends. You know what I mean? As an adult, and also, do you smoke? You know what I mean? But to have a space you can come and meet and chill, that's amazing.
That's even seeing coffee shops, people are on their own. Once they sit beside someone, suddenly they're chatting and all, like, and it's a social drug, but not like alcohol will make you go and talk to people.
And you forget what you said.
Yeah, but weed, if you won't go and like go up to people, go, hey, can I talk to you, or just start talking, you'll kind of get chatting to them, and then it'll have more real conversations and stuff.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. The social aspect of it is like, and I'm definitely one for, I would get quite anxious. I have anxiety and things. So sometimes if I even smoke the wrong strain of cannabis, it would be very rare for me even to leave the house some days, you know. So that's one thing that I've learned from, if there's like Jerry's final thought time, right? See, if there's one thing that I have learned from my journey from cannabis to actual medicinal scripts and stuff, there's strains out there that can help you get up in the morning, get up and go to work, get up and actually function. There's strains there that can help you deal with everything running about your head. You know, you can compartmentalize things and do one thing at a time. And there's other strains there that will kill your pain. There's other strains that'll help you sleep. So I always just smoke to get stoned whenever I was using cannabis, because in your head that's, you know,
think of the medical benefits.
But now, you know, there's so much more to cannabis. Yeah. Even just the simple.
In what you smoke?
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
like before it would have just been like a 50 bag or an ounce. Now it's kind of like, okay, this strain in the morning, this in the evening.
Yeah, and it really does help. It does help. I don't have to go and see a dealer as such anymore. You know, it's hard to sort of explain it, but my cannabis use has now integrated itself into my actual daily routine rather than the thing I done on my own when nobody was about. You know, so it helps me be able to do other things like do this, opening this shop. I wouldn't have had the capability. If I was still smoking that one strain that I was smoking all the time, there's no way I would have been able to still be here after.
No, you have to have that open mind, like,
you know. So it's really it's changed my life for the better.
And speaking of life changing, here's the Canna Nana.
There she is. What's happening?
Hello.
I don't think your mic's on.
Unmute yourself.
Your mic's not on.
Unmute yourself.
Can't hear you.
You have to unmute your sound.
Yeah, no, I don't think she can hear us either.
Louise, can you not hear us?
We can't hear you.
You have no sound.
I'll leave it out. I can see her down the bottom of the screen there for a minute, and you're just waiting on you to finish.
Well, we had a brilliant day here on Friday. near enough everybody that was there was a medical cannabis patient with a different diagnosis, you know. So
Yeah. Can we hear you?
I'm here.
I'll be hearing now.
Turn your phone on its side.
No, on my side. Okay.
There you go. Full screen, Nana.
I don't. Oh, what's the crack? I what do you Teddy? I went on a jelly. Ferry. Can you believe, Ferry? I actually took Ken and Anna on tour up the Allens.
Legend.
And I swear to God, only that gravity bone was made of glass. I would have been coming home with one, but he said to me, Louise, you're very clumsy. It costs 50 quid a pop to replace the glass. But I would have brought that gravity bone. I need one of them only in indestructible glass of some Pyrex, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's a heavy
But
hitter.
Folks, it was a brilliant week. And we were supposed to be driving up until Thursday night when the driver let us down. And then we had to change all the plans and get the train. Now, that meant like a, I think it was a 12-hour, Alan, was it, round journey altogether?
Haven't a clue.
But by God, did we have fun, hey?
I haven't a clue. But
how many you went up?
I don't envy you.
There was 11 of us all together when I counted including you and Mandy.
I'd say that was magic. Just to go and have a smoke session in your own country on a high street, safely, peacefully, that's beautiful. That's cool.
It wasn't even that ferry. We went down right, like we got there late. I think we got there late down, don't we? Supposed to be 11. We got there about 12:15. And there was this beautiful mommy and her daughter sitting. And this mommy had come to see me speak at the conference last year. And I think that's why Alan invited her, the mommy and the daughter. That wasn't it Katrina, Alan, and...
Our private members, they're members. They're members, yeah.
They might not want their names mentioned.
You think them up just to meet you, do you?
Sorry about that. But anyway, we were all sitting around the table, and see, after about a half an hour, the mommy said to me, we were at school together, you know. And I said, what, pardon me? She says, we both went to Thornhill. She knew all my friends. She went to the same school as me for 2 years. Then she moved to Belfast, and Alan brought her and her daughter up. She had come to see the conference last year, but had to leave after the pain bit before Alan spoke and Simon spoke. And she said to me, what did she say around the table, Alan? You've no idea how much of a hero you are in our lives, because she did not want to go down the pharmaceutical route. And see me, I know, but see the person I am now, it's only thanks to Alan Robinson. Because he took me by the hand in what, Alan, 2017, late 2017.
Oh, Louise, you're a wee darling now.
Hey?
I'm just here to help. That's what puts a smile on my face, just being able to help people, you know.
But it did all start with you. If I had never met you, I do not think I would be alive at this point in time. You know that. You know my backstory.
My face is going to go red here. Come on.
No. As it should, man. Well done, both of you.
Honestly, you know, my Canada grip is only here because of Alan.
Yeah, and you're trying to help people like he helped you.
Yep. And he's sending them to me. If people live closer to me, Alan will send them to me. If they live closer to Alan, I will send them to him.
Yeah.
And it's just like, we just clicked, and it's like, maybe, what are you now? Maybe adopted son, maybe.
I'll be expecting a gift at Christmas then.
Hey, excuse me. I'll be expecting a gift at Christmas. I'm getting the gift at Christmas. I'm getting a volcano for Christmas.
This is the thing, Louise. You know, Louise, this is the thing. The people that you talk to and socialize with everywhere you go is completely different to the people that I would know in my life. And to see you champion cannabis that way, and even in the improved benefits that you've got from it, being able to show those people has had a kickback on me as well, because you know these are the sort of people that are now coming and approaching me. You know, they're saying that they've seen you. They're saying that it's, you know, they've been talking to you, and it's all similar stories. You know, so thanks very much. I appreciate your advocacy.
Yeah, no.
Go on,
You're a
guys.
superstar.
Everybody the body is
Yeah, no, pair legend.
spread the
Yeah.
good word.
That's it.
Lily,
Here,
both engine got the knowledge.
I'm gonna have to go and open my shop. There's people.
Oh, yeah.
In.
Oh, lovely.
Can't hold them up with their medicine.
I don't know. I think there's somebody at the door.
Right.
But here,
thank you
I'm
so much, Al. You're a
Yeah.
legend.
No worries. Thanks for
I
having
will
me.
see you on the 1st of November.
First
Yeah,
one,
head
Grant.
up there.
Can events. We're
Excellent.
definitely coming up to that. We are. We'll be up to
Love
that.
it.
Yeah,
No worries.
we'll definitely check in with you then.
There on. Well, yeah, guys,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to shoot on. Thanks very much
Thank you
for having
so
me.
much, Al. I'm going to
Right,
let you go
guys.
as well, Anna. To everyone else
Cheers,
that's
yeah.
watching, thank you so much.